All right, we're back for the final part 3 of case study 1. Going back here to my data and my Word file, we just pasted total gross sales in there. Now, another thing you could do is this one, the relationship looks different, doesn't it? The number of theaters the movie is released in appears that we have lower total gross sales. Now, going back to our original graph here, we can, if we want, put in a trend line. Format plot area. We'll click on just one of these and right click. And we're going to get add a trend line. And you can see this trend line is downward sloping into the right. We could make it exponential. That one looks really good, almost. We can make it linear, logarithmic, a polynomial, power. We're going to stick with linear. There's a negative or inverse relationship between sales and the number of theaters. So going back to our Word file, we would provide some analysis here. We might write the data in scatter plot 2. Scatter plot number 2. I don't want this bolded. Unbold that. Demonstrates an inverse relationship between total gross sales variable and a number of theaters. Pretend I could spell here. I can't. I'm trying to type and write at the same time, and we want to capitalize this because this is the name of a variable. I should have carried. Nope, that's right. Number of theaters variable. This indicates, we could write some more. This indicates as the number of theaters increases, total gross sales appear to decline. We might have some explanation for this. Put that down. And we're going to do that for each and every one of these. Write a paragraph or so, no more than 2, explaining what we've seen in the graph. Okay. Then we're going to go to our final graph, which is on sheet 12, and that is total gross sales versus weeks released. That should be released scatter plot. Now, before we do anything, I'm going to click on a point here, and I'm going to insert that trend line again. We're going to do a linear trend line. This data, the relationship is a little bit more difficult to understand. So this trend line is going to help us. It appears from the data that there is a positive relationship between the release in weeks and total gross sales, but it's not a very strong one. You can see there's a lot of outliers here, points that are way off of that trend line. Where we get that trend line is from a regression, and there are different types of regressions. You can tell by the different types of lines you can draw, and that's something you'll learn about in business statistics too, regressions, what they are, etc. So here, I've got my plot. Now I'm going to copy it, paste it into my Word document, and we'll give this a title, Scatterplot 3 Number 3, total gross. You'll have to excuse me. These should be capped. I'm trying to type right and hold a microphone at the same time. Total gross sales against, and that looks like weeks released. Okay. Then we're going to do the exact same thing we did for the other plots. We're going to say that there appears to be a positive relationship here between total gross sales and the number of weeks that a movie is released. That seems to make sense, since the longer the movie is released, the more it's out there, the more that people can go and watch it. Okay, but this does not appear to be nearly as strong, for example, as that direct relationship between gross sales and opening gross sales. Then you're going to write a conclusion. Okay, I'm going to skip writing stuff for total gross sales versus weeks. You can write that. Then you're going to write a conclusion. Okay. From what we saw, there appears to be a very strong relationship here between total gross sales and opening gross sales. So that might be something a movie production company may want to focus on, is trying to get high opening week sales, because that tends to be positive. There appears to be a strong positive or direct relationship between opening gross sales and total sales for a film. We might want to say that companies might not want to focus too much on the number of theaters here, because there appears to be a negative or inverse relationship between gross sales and the number of theaters a film is released in, and that there does appear to be a positive relationship between gross sales and the number of weeks a film is released, but it's not nearly as strong as total gross sales. Write that up. Then I want you to take your work from the Word file and from the Excel file, save it to your hard drive, go into Blackboard. Okay, I'm going to go save these things because I haven't saved them yet. I'm going to put save as. Okay. I'll save it to data sets here so I know where it is. I'm going to call it case study number 1. Number 1. Excel work. And I'm going to hit save. I'm going to do the same thing for my Word file. Save as. Case study number 1. We'll call this managerial report. That's what we were asked to provide. Save it. Then I'm going to go back into Blackboard, click on messages, create a message. You're going to send it to me. You're going to put up here at the top, case study number 1, so I know what it is. Number 1. And you're going to go here to upload attachment. Browse. There we go. And I saved it here. No, I didn't. Saved it there. And I'm going to click on them. send them in as an attachment. Hit submit. And then that's how I will grade them. Make sure you send it as a Blackboard attachment, attach the file. You may have to do it twice, once for the Excel, once for the Word, and send it on Blackboard. Now, in the future, if you need to get in touch with me, please send me a regular email to jyohe at gadsdenstate.edu. I've been getting personal messages, or people need things reset or whatever. I've been getting those via Blackboard Messenger. I only use Blackboard messages for assignment turn-in only. So if you turn your case studies in, use Blackboard. If you need help or you need a quiz reset because or looked at or whatever, send those by regular email to jyohe, my name, at gadsdenstate.edu. Okay, thank you very much. I hope these videos helped you. If you have any questions, send me an email or give me a call. If you call and I'm not here, just send me a regular email. Try not to leave a voice message. I'm very bad at answering them. Thank you very much. Goodbye.